What's going on, everybody? Anthony Campo here, your coach and host of the Be Battle Ready podcast. And I want to know, are you winning the battle of progress or are you losing the battle of perfection? The question is, what does it take to build a battle ready business? What does it take to dial in your marketing, sales, fulfillment, and leadership so that you can go to war in the marketplace and win? My name is Anthony Campo, your host and chief coach at Battle Ready Business. This is the Be Battle Ready podcast, Daily Battle Edition. And on a daily basis, we're going to take a deep dive look at what it takes to win in the marketplace. So sit back, relax, and I'll see you on the other side. All right. So, are you winning the battle of progress or are you losing the battle of perfection? So, let me take you back and tell you a story. I took Latin in high school, and every day I walked into my Latin class, my teacher looked at me and said, Anthony, and he took the textbook and he'd point to the book. He said, progress, not perfection. And it was like he saw into me, he saw through me of the inner turmoil, the inner challenges that I even faced of how hard I am on myself and how I allow progress to not allow me to move forward. Allow perfection not to move me forward. Because sometimes you and I, we get stifled into not looking at things aren't perfect. So we will stop. We will stop doing the work that moves us forward, that provides progress for us. And it's in the perfection that we get frozen. We get down on ourselves. We just kind of throw ourselves into this pit of like, not feeling good enough, not feeling worthy enough, and we don't move forward. We don't win the battle of progress because the game is all about progress. Life is all about progress. Moving your body forward, your fitness forward is all about progress, is showing up. My buddy talks about, just show up. Just showing up is half the battle. Okay? And showing up is better than no progress and trying to make things perfect. Because the perfection is an illusion. And for the most part is a delusion. Think about it. Where have you focused on perfection and said, hey, when XYZ is this, I will move forward. When XYZ is, when I am got the perfect plan for my fitness, I'm going to move forward. When I have enough time to take care of me, I'm going to move forward. I'm going to go do this. What you're doing is putting a barrier and a wall in front of you. And that barrier and wall is this a false sense of this false delusion, this delusional thought that there is perfection. Now, none of us are immune to this. I mean, we all do this. I've done this, if you followed my journey of recording this podcast, this is going to be number 66 of this podcast of me just ranting. I have a part of this podcast is a interview. The other part of that is an interview where I interview people, but this one specifically is number 66. And it's gone up and down because I get into my own head about, it's not perfect. It's not this. It's not that. And, I know there's ways to improve sound quality and all this other stuff. There's so much stuff I could do, but do I regret it not being perfect or do I regret no progress at all? I would rather move forward and have forward progress and not be perfect and not even have it as good as it could be versus sitting back trying to make it perfect or trying to wait for you and I to be to a level where we feel good enough. And the main battle we have to win is just to move forward, just to step forward. You don't have to make a big leap. You just have to make a step. Because everything in your life to push yourself forward begins with the first step. Now, you might not be ready for the second step before you've even taken the first step, but you are ready right now to take that first step. Because each step compounds upon each other, and you are ready and able, and once you complete that first step, you're able to take the next step. You're more than capable of taking that second step. And this process continues on into that vision that you have in the future of who you want to be, who you want your life, what you want your life to be, what you want your relationships to be, what you want your business to be. Now, what is really holding you back? For some of us, we don't believe in ourselves. For some of us, we fight. We're scared of actually accomplishing it. I know I have these at times. So where are you resisting not stepping into that first step, not moving forward because you're trying to wait for it? I put up a question last night, like on my Facebook profile about where are you, like what, sorry, my bad. If you can work half the time that you do now, what would you do with your time? Some people said work more. Okay. I'll accept that. If that makes you happy, absolutely. Go ahead. I support you. Whatever is going to make you happy, go ahead. Some people said, hey, I would make more of me time. I would go spend time with my family. I would go and, I would go invest in my community and help. Now, I want to know from you, I want to have you consider that there is a possibility of you doing that now. And yeah, maybe the way you're currently approaching your days, your weeks, your life isn't working enough and you don't have the time. You really don't have the time. And I support you. I get it. But it's not out of the realm of possibility. And if once we say, hey, once I have this, I'll do this. Once I have more time, I'll do this. Instead of taking the power and putting it back in your hands and figuring it out. You don't have to grab, maybe half the time right now is out of the realm of possibility. But how do you get 30 minutes? How do you get, and once you get 30 minutes back in this example, how do you get an hour? Now it's in our DNA to be resourceful. It's in our DNA to evolve. It's in our DNA to be more efficient. Find the path of least resistance. To improve things. So, what can you do now to move forward? Whatever that might be, that first step. You might be wanting to start something in your fitness. Maybe it's become fitter. Maybe it's run a race. Maybe it's do something that's in your fitness. And you're saying, well, I have this injury, I have this, I have that, I have this. This is why I can't. Well, there's other ways to go about it. But you've just got to decide on that first step. And don't devalue. And I think this is where we do it. We devalue the little step, the first step. You know, there's other areas where in your mindset and spirituality, where is something that's just not working for you that you want to overcome? Like, what's the first thing you need to do? And I'll have you consider that, you know, a great way to start overcoming mindset limitations is in your fitness, in your body, is in the food that you eat. Because if you go back to yesterday's podcast, you know, it's about winning the battle of yes or no. What about in your relationships? Like, are you not, you do not have the relationship and the relationships that you have, that you want, my bad. Right? Maybe you're estranged from your kids. And I encourage you to just make that first call, make that first text message, make that first message, take that first step. And maybe you don't spend enough time with them. But it's within your power right now to course correct it. To step forward. To change it. Because this really is a battle about overcoming your current circumstance. Winning that and making progress. Is it going to be easy? Maybe, maybe not. Is there adversity going to come up? Absolutely. Because here's what happens. When you say, hey, I want this, there's adversity that comes up. And in how you earn money, like, you know, maybe you're in a position where you financially cannot gain back more time. But there's other ways. Like, I mean, when I lost my job in the February of 2018, we started selling things on Facebook Marketplace. We've grown that into a multi six-figure business. And I don't tell you this as I don't tell you this to brag, but I tell you this that it's possible. Like I see people asking questions like, how do I earn extra money? The first thing I say is go to Facebook Marketplace, go to somewhere, get something, go pick up something for free and sell it. Go do something, you know, go sell something. So I want to know, like, what's that first step for you today? What do you need? What's that mini step? How are you going to make forward progress and forget about and win the battle over perfection? Win the battle of progress and defeat perfection. So if you're looking for a little bit of help, you need some support, you need some coaching on this of helping you through these situations. Go ahead and head either over to my website, anthonydcampo.com or campocall.com, and fill out the application, and we can get you started down the right path of focusing on the little steps. It's not the strategies, it's that. It's forward progress into that. So I hope you have an amazing day, and I look forward to supporting you, and I'll talk to you soon. This concludes another episode of the Be Battle Ready Podcast, Daily Battle Edition. If you're a business owner with 3 to 20 people and you want to build a battle ready business so that you can go to war in the marketplace and win, head over to battlereadybusiness.com/go to get the conversation started. Other than that, I'll see you next time.